isn't Ellen, sorry, it isn't a lad. It's back to Carol Mellin here. I've just rushed in because here we have now one of our very near neighbours and on our Yorkshire committee, Jim Scriven from representing England with Trefly's Taff. He's set Taff out there to the left. Taff is 7 years and 8 months old, sired by Prince, which is owned by Dylan Davis, and Out of Meg, which is also owned by Dylan Davis. And I believe that Taff is Jim's main farm dog. Jim's a full-time farmer with sheep and cattle. He gets some very, very good results down at our local auctions in Skipton, Gisborne and Clitheroe. His main auction being Skipton. He breeds, his main breed of sheep is Lonk and also Grit. Tremendous farmer, turns his stock out really, really well.
Grit, by the way, is Derbyshire Gritstones for those people in America, Holland and South Africa.
Sorry, that's a bit of the Yorkshire coming out in me.
Yeah. That's where the term comes from, Yorkshire Grit.
Grit, yeah, that's what we call them. Thank you for putting me right there, Mike.
Stop nicely there at that 11 o'clock position to get that first leg of the Y in a straight line. Just pulling him back across.
This is actually Jim's second time in the team to represent England, but his first time that he's qualified to run in the Supreme. Big, big day for him here.
They just took off there bouncing, but the dog hadn't done anything wrong. Ooh. He had a nice outrun, a couple of pips, but he didn't go up behind those trees. He took what I would call the perfect line to them.
Yeah, I think they've been marking them accordingly, will they, for going up behind those trees?
Yes, I think so.
I would think so, judging on how they judged them on right-hand outruns on the previous 2 days.
Right, yeah, you're right, Carol. I think people at home that don't know, we don't get to see the results when they're Supreme. You get them the same time as us at the end when all 15 competitors have run. He got the gate nicely, now be heading between the red and white poles.
I watched this dog closely run yesterday for Jim. He was about second on in the morning, second on yesterday morning, and what a run. You know, it's such an eye-catching dog. Beautiful
You'll
to
have
watch.
seen him up deer play and other trials.
Oh, yes, yes. Both him and his wife Christine, they're good active members on our Yorkshire committee. Do a lot for us. They work hard for us. They put trials on themselves. They're good active members to have on our team.
Bringing them quietly across here to this pole, ready for the big left flank. Bringing them, that's the centre line of the course. Here comes the big flank. Now the sheep have just moved a bit. Wow. I don't think it's the first time that dog's done that, but that was very, very good.
Jim has some good ground at home to run on. This dog will get plenty of experience.
And it's nice to see, I don't know what you think, Carol, that they actually stop the dogs these days and then turn it back from a point. It got to a time where people were throwing the dogs on a big, big flank and then throwing it back on the run, called on the wing. And some thought they were gaining an unfair advantage by doing that.
To me, it just gives your dog second or two chance to think.
Yes.
Gather themselves together and out they go.
I mean, Jim wins a lot of trials, but I must admit my fellow commentator here is in the prize list a lot herself. So she's got great experience.
Look.
Well, you must be lucky every weekend, because when I get the results through for my website, Carol Mellin's name's at the top all the time. But it's good that you've got that experience and you're a good trialer and you can... his dog's looking to go again.
It's just almost...
Now he's heard
Yeah, I
him.
think nature called there,
Yes, I think.
unfortunately.
I think he was spending a penny there, but
You'd mark that, wouldn't you?
you'd have to. At least it wasn't a threepence. He got on the move pretty quick.
And Jim might have been unaware of that, actually.
Yes,
Being
at
so
that
far
distance,
away.
yes. The judges, they are allowed binoculars, but some people say they shouldn't. They should only see what the handler sees. But you know, they're probably one of them will have binoculars just in case there's a grip up there. Or
Yeah. I would go along with that personally.
yes,
Yeah. Although the saying goes, you can only judge what you can see. But come on, we're at the main trial of the whole year, aren't we? It's got to be right. You know, the way Jim ran his dog yesterday, you could have rolled back laughing. He just strolled out like he was at home, calm as you like.
yes.
It was amazing.
Yeah, he wasn't phased at all, was he?
No.
Someone said to me, Jim's one of these boys that can set his dog off on a big outrun and go and have a drink out of his flask while he just doesn't get wound up at all.
No.
Took a nice line there, got a good pace. Just to keep them straight now, not let them wander to those other sheep.
Certainly no issue with time today, is there? This sheep providing that opportunity to...
I think it's just one being timed out.
Oh, is there one?
I think Di Howell's got timed out.
Right.
But I think he had sheep that knew he wanted them out and they were just tucking back in all the time. Took a lot of time up. Jim trusts this dog.
I watched his wife yesterday watching him run in the qualifying trial, and unlike all the others who were down at the fence, hanging over the fence, Christine, Jim's wife, was up under the trees as far away as she could be, watching from a distance. I don't know where she is today.
Near the Portaloo.
I think she was more nervous than Jim actually was.
Gently bringing these sheep back together.
Probably a good time of the day to be running in the Supreme as this. You know, you've seen enough runs to judge what you need to beat, where your lines are, what you know, where the sheep might pull towards. Later on in the day, both yourself and your dog can probably go off a bit. I think, you know, time's going on.
Yeah, that's correct. Because the first run, Gethin, when he did get the 15 off, he drove them a fair distance away from the pen, out of sight. Whereas the sheep seem to pen easily, the 5 collared ones, and they've risked the 15 being a lot nearer the later runners.
Yeah.
Has this dog been used much in Yorkshire at stud?
He said he's had a few farmers to it, funnily enough. But I tell you, the way I saw it run yesterday, I was very interested in it. I like this stamp of a dog.
Well, he's free, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not trying to fight you all the time.
No, and he said he's used him himself as well and is pleased with the results that he's got from him. I asked Christine, I said, how will Jim be feeling before he goes on today? She says, well, look at him, he's just... chatting away there. She said he'll be okay. She said, I think he will get to him before he actually goes on, but once he's out there, he'll be on with his job. He'll be focused.
Just for the purists there, Jim put the sheep round the podium behind him, and then Taff was going to kick back the other side and come underneath it, but if you critical, which you have to be at the International, top judges like the dog to follow the sheep round the podium and not cut underneath it. We do see it a lot in normal trials because we're on lighter sheep, and sometimes you've got to get your dog on the wrong side of the post to line them up for the drive. But Jim just did tidy that up, which was nice.
Yeah, I think he'll be watching his job very, very closely today. It's such a golden opportunity to get this chance. You don't get this every year, do you?
No. No, not to see so many finishers as well. Just giving him that flank whistle, he's not hearing him. Back onto the walk-on whistle. It goes up a pitch just to make him listen. Taff, I gave you a right hand then, take it.
That return pull there now must be quite a help on the cross drive. They can use it as a marker, can't they?
Yes. Is it how far is it from the obstacle? Did you walk the course?
No.
No, me
I didn't.
neither. I was thinking about walking up there, but I thought that's the dog's job. Taff with his tongue out. He's done a lot of running. These courses are big for dogs.
Cross-drive hurdlers posed quite a few problems today. Must be an optical illusion when they're approaching it.
Yeah, I think he looks he's high there, but
I think he's okay.
and then he's bang in the middle. It is.
Oh, look at that! I thought he was going to be this side of the low hurdle.
And we've got the benefit of the camera zooming in, but Jim hasn't.
No.
He's stood a long way back. These sheep have accepted the dog, haven't they, Carol? They're not in fear of him at all.
No, not at all. It amused me this morning how Tom O'Sullivan climbed up onto the middle rail there of the rostrum. I thought, gosh, Tom, you're tall to begin with without having to get any taller. But
well, I was fully expecting the
rostrum to tip over.
Yeah, Sir Alan Main to hook him off it, saying you can't do that for health and safety.
Certainly the first time I've seen that done. Jim waiting there till the
But
sheep come into the ring.
you do need a podium, don't you, at this distance to get a view of those sheep and your dog at the top of the field.
Yeah, and I think also for a trial like this, it adds that finesse
Yes.
to it. It makes it feel special.
Yes, to a normal
You know,
trial.
it just adds that extra that you need, I think.
Jim left his bottle of water now on the podium. Took a little swig and picked his crook up that he had hung there. Taff, a big strong dog, just waiting there. Glad of the breather.
I did mention that this was the second time that Jim has made the team, but it's also the second time he's made the team with Taff. He first qualified in Ireland. That would be
Qualified
the
to
year
run
before
in
last.
Ireland.
Sorry?
Where was the national that year? Was that in Yorkshire?
Oh, you're asking me now.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
You're testing my memory.
Was that the Brown Bell ran it?
I'll answer that in a minute.
Look at that cut.
Yes. I thought he was going to go for those two as well.
There's two more there for him if he wants them.
Yeah, nearly three.
Yeah, I think that was a wise decision to just move that bunch a bit further
Yeah.
away.
This is so unlike any other Supremes where we've seen all sorts of goings on in the shedding ring, trying to regroup, sheep trying to run out and join them, people running out of time. These are giving you such an opportunity to get the job done.
Yeah, the Welsh have really pulled out all the stops.
Have a look at this. Oh, it's one more.
Calm down, Carol.
I've heard it said that, I don't know, you might disagree with me, but I've heard it said never leave yourself with one uncollared.
No, I've heard that as well.
Yeah. Because it could pose a problem.
Yeah, just
Try and leave yourself with two or more.
that's right. Yes. Once she knows you're after her, she start tucking herself in and
Yeah.
burying her head inside.
And they do know when you're after a particular sheep. They're not stupid.
And that's a pretty picture there of the sheep and
Yeah.
the red collars, all double ear tagged, professionally turned out.
Well farmed.
Yes, but Jimmy's so laid back, he'll probably cut this one off and not think anything of it.
Yeah. There's plenty of time left. He's been on the go now for just coming up towards 17 and a half minutes. No need to rush.
Those other 14 sheep are not too far away, so they will draw this packet of 6 towards them. So if you can just cut her off, she should run. There he is. Look at that. See what I mean? He'd never get.
Wow.
Some people that get flustered would might have not got that.
Yeah. But neither man nor dog got flustered.
No, and because he works with stock daily.
Yeah. Second nature to him. And his dog.
I mean, if you've got a dog that can move lonks around.
Oh, I tell you. Yeah. He puts nursery trials on using the lonk ewes, and you often think they would split up, but his are so well dogged and so well managed that they're not a problem. They are a delight to run on, actually, contrary to what you might think.
But the big sheep as well, aren't they, lonks?
Oh yeah.
And they're bred specifically for that area. They can stand wet ground.
Yeah.
But they're heavy sheep. And if you're in the pens with them and one wants to come your way, you best to just jump up and get out of the way.
Absolutely.
Look at this.
Come on, Jim.
Just be gentle. Let them see. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. Yes, just stop. Just stop things. Just stop.
Steady
Just stop.
Don't.
You're forcing it.
Oh no. Oh, can you believe it?
Yeah, don't let these sheep get together. And I think that was not customary for Jim to do that. He normally just stands back, but that's a bit impetuous.
Maybe the pressure just got to him a bit with having a good run.
You won't need to tell him what he did wrong. He'll tell you. He'll know, won't he?
Yeah.
But the dog's still got enough petrol left not to let him down and let those get back together.
Oh, he'll be so infuriated with himself that happened, especially after all the good pens that have been.
Now, Jim, just take your time. Let them see. Oof. Just a little bit of frustration there with Taff. He's just thinking, will you please go in? I want to go for a drink. But Jim just growled at him, made sure he didn't polish his teeth. Once sheep know the way around a pen, they knows the gap there. It seems a gap to them, and they're more intent to go again and again and again.
They get a liking for it, don't they?
Yeah, so you've got to pick out the troublesome sheep and make sure you tuck her in the middle, and he's got it. And I thought he'd got her there, but he needs to take those sheep against the hinge. See, she's looking for underneath because she'd gone once. Get in there. Well done.
Well done, Jim.
Well done, Jim.